The Adventist Musician Network is an authorized licensee of the name Adventist and is recognized by the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists as an independent Christian organization within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Adventist Musician Network is not affiliated with or financially supported by the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. All views expressed, content, and opinions with all services offered reflect those of the Adventist Musician Network and not the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Sing the love of Jesus on A.M.N. Live. Hear the love of God every Saturday night. Sinners, musicians, SDA Christians, worship the Lord, your Savior and mine. Come on, come on, it's A.M.N. Live.
Everybody, let's go.
A.M.N. Live. You're watching A.M.N. Live. A.M.N. Live. You're watching
testify today to let you know that no matter where you are and no matter where you've been, that God can change you because He changed me. This is my testimony. There's been a change in me, a wonderful change in me. There's been a change in me, a marvelous change in me. Listen, I'm not perfect, I've made mistakes, many regrets from some very dark days. But when I opened my heart to you, I felt that change in me. You were right there every time I felt like I couldn't sing any lower. Your love carried me. If any man be in Christ, he is new. All things are passed away. Lord, I'm new in you. There's been a change in me, a wonderful change in me, a glorious change in me. There's been a change in me. There's been a change in me, a beautiful change in me. God, you changed my mind and my heart. There's a change in me. Change my heart, change my mind. Change my mind. Overtaken me and changed my life. You changed my life. When I opened my heart to you, I felt that change in me. Change in me. Change my heart, change my mind. You've overtaken me. Overtaken me and changed my life. When I opened my heart to you, I felt the change. Oh, if any man be in Christ, he is new. I know that the old things are passed away. Lord, I'm new in you. I know you changed me. Your love has changed me. You rearranged me. Jesus, you put a change in me. Somebody help me say, you changed my life. Yes, sir. Turn me around. Place my feet on solid ground. God did it for me. He took my life and made it right. Nobody but Jesus made a way for me. That's to set me free. Wash me with the blood of Lamb. Healed my soul, God. And you made me whole. Yes, sir. The Holy Ghost. Yes, God did. I know you did it for me. Brought me out of darkness. Now I can see that it was you who brought me through the storm and rain. Didn't have to do it, but He did. And because of your love, there's been a change in me.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
What's up, everyone?
Good, brother Joe. How's it been, man?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I definitely want to say, it's a summer now, so we can say Happy Sabbath like almost to everybody because, like, like a lot of times like, when we were in the winter, it's like Happy Sabbath, like the sun was set for like a lot of people. But yeah, we can really say it to everybody, except of course there are people that are overseas, like in New Zealand and Australia and stuff that Sabbath is already over for. But for everybody else,
Happy Sabbath, bro.
Right, exactly.
Close,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
close.
good. Yeah, so what's good with you?
Man, just been busy, just trying to stay stay cool. I mean, this 110-degree plus heat out here in Texas. So I after church when I got in my car, I think that my dashboard said 115 or something close to
Oh,
it. I was like, yeah, this is not what I would call a Sabbath blessing, but I guess being able to feel the heat is a blessing.
yeah,
but
exactly. Yeah, I mean,
But
yeah.
yeah,
So,
but other than that, things are good, man. I had a great service today. Um, just a good time, man. Just a good time
yeah,
being able to relax and just enjoy life one day at a time.
yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you that. Tracy was just talking about a change in me. We need a change in the weather.
Man, yeah, I'm changing this heat. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to both of the people whose songs we just heard. Great songs. That piano arrangement was crazy too. By the way.
Yeah, Jimmy over, he's awesome,
Oh
man.
yeah, absolutely,
He's
absolutely.
a very humble guy, so that's always a plus in my book.
Oh yeah,
Having
that's real good.
yeah, having the gift, but knowing that the gift, who the gift comes from,
Mm-hmm.
use it for it, and just being humble enough to just take it wherever you can. But
Right. Yeah.
thank God,
Yeah.
yeah, same thing with Tracy. Very, very humble guy,
Mm-hmm.
a servant spirit, man. Just good people. I think that we've really been blessed about a lot of well, actually all the artists that we've had or come in contact with. No, they all have been so willing to work with us, excited about
Right.
the ministry, and it's pretty much like whatever you all need. Just let us know we got you. So
Mhm.
that's a great thing. It's a great thing. So we know that we have one of your good friends that's on with us
Oh
tonight.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to bring him on the proverb, and then I'm going to sit back and watch two friends talk,
Right.
catch up on old times. So let's bring on our guest for tonight, the proverb. Yes, sir. How are you?
Proverb in
What's
the
up,
house.
guys? How you doing?
Hey,
I'm
we doing real good,
good.
bro. Yeah, just
All right.
as a disclaimer, yo, you're gonna hear a whole lot of hip hop type of language tonight, y'all. For those that are listening and watching, and it's a good thing. We're gonna be keeping it straight positive, and as Fred Whitlow says, strictly Jesus, man. So yeah, it's strictly Jesus tonight, man. We're definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yo, so before we go any further, one thing I do want to say is to encourage everyone that is watching to comment, to like, to share, share the video, and yeah, just hang out with us for a while. And obviously, it'll be available for repost on YouTube. I think we shared it to our Facebook pages. Um, yeah, like I said, hang out with us and share, and thankfully because of the wonders of technology we can watch it later for those that miss it right now. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the proverb, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. How you guys doing?
Good. I have a question right out the gate.
I already know what it is. I already know what it is.
What's that?
How did I come up with the name, the proverb?
You're good, brother. You're good.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, actually, I all of my life I went by a whole bunch of different names,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was always, whenever I would write music, I was always teaching. And every song that I had, I was always relaying a message.
Mm-hmm.
Not only relaying a message, but just like giving people insight and information that I had gathered along the years through reading the Bible, reading the scriptures, listening to pastors. I would just put it in my own words and in my own format and spit it.
Yeah.
One day, and I have to give all the credit to a friend of mine who worked with me. you know, he was listening to my music one day, and he said, "What do you call yourself?" And I told him I didn't have a name, and he said, "Well, I'm calling you the Proverb." And I looked at him. I said, "What?" He said, "Your name is the Proverb." And it kind of stuck from that point on, you know, and that was basically all she wrote. And the Proverb is perfect for what I'm doing because uh, I'm teaching, I'm ministering, I'm preaching, I'm giving you little nuggets that you could really hold on to for life, as a matter of fact. And, you know, it's the proverb.
Oh, that works good for me. That works good for me.
Hey, word up. Well, yeah, let's talk about your beginnings, man. Before we like start getting too deep into stuff, let's talk about the first time you heard rap music, and then what inspired you to actually start rap.
Oh wow. Um well, let's go back.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 1974.
Okay.
Okay. Um by the time I was, let's say, 7 or 8 years old, um I was actually a singer.
Okay.
I was actually a singer when I was younger, and I performed at Mahalia Jackson High School in Brooklyn. I did I did Truly by Lionel Richie at the age of at the age of like 7 or 8 years old, and I got a standing ovation. And you know, I wasn't in church at the time, but I was singing everywhere I would go, and I thought I was really good, and so did other people. And what happened to me was I got into a car accident.
Oh.
I got into a car accident in 85, and the car hit me head on, and I was walking. I was walking. I did a spell in the hospital. I was in a coma for a couple of weeks. It was pretty bad. Um, I won't get into all the details, but I had some brain damage.
Wow.
I broke some ribs.
Ooh.
It was pretty bad.
That sounds brutal, bro.
And I lost my voice completely. I couldn't eat. I mean, I couldn't eat solid food. I couldn't talk properly or do anything for like 2 whole years. And when I did come to, when I did, or rather, when the Lord brought me back to who I am, I didn't have a voice anymore. And that was in 85. Now, the music that was out in 85 was hip hop music.
Right.
So I went home and all I would hear is hip hop. And I told myself, okay, well, if you can't sing no more, you just need to pick up a pen and start writing music. I mean, writing rhymes. So I started doing that. And at first, it was sort of like lollipop stuff, you know. And my dad threw a party. He was throwing a house party one night. And I had wrote a song called Racism. The name of the song was called Racism. And I put it to the beat by Gregory Abbott, Shake You Down. Yeah. And so that night, he gave me the mic and he put that beat on, and I went in. And that was like my first taste of electricity, me and the mic, right? And ever since then, that's like all she wrote. I started writing like a madman, and I mean, my parents kind of got sick of me because my computer would be on at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning, and I would be printing at 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning, and not printing schoolwork, but printing rhymes, you know, and yeah, so that's how it all started. And I took after people like LL,
Yeah.
like Heavy D, you know, and I really liked what they were doing because they were coming across. You would understand what they were saying, and their music wasn't derogatory like some of the other stuff that was out there back then.
Right.
So I automatically related to it. And mind you, back then I wasn't in a church. I was just a regular street dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how it happened. I took a lot of my rhyming and my poetry skills from LL and Heavy D, definitely. And then as I grew older, and I got into the church, and I started going to church, and I started, you know, just learning about God, learning about his teachings and stuff like that. Of course, you're gonna, as a rapper, you're gonna take what you know and what you live and put it on paper, you know, because if you don't live it, you can't talk about it. You know, so I was in the church, and I went to Pine Forge Academy.
Wow.
And, yeah, I went to Pine Forge Academy, and I was rapping there, and I did a couple of shows there and had a lot of fun. And then I went to Northeastern Academy and did the same thing. And then I ended up at Oakwood College, and that's all she wrote. Because by the time I reached Oakwood, I was close to mastering my craft because I had been doing it for so long. So we talk about me rapping since the age I was like 13 or 14.
That's interesting. You actually kind of already touched on what my next question was going to be, but I was definitely interested. So you already said you went to Pine Forge Academy, and you also spoke about like your beginnings. You weren't necessarily religious growing up. So how were your parents Adventists, or did you discover the Adventist church in some other way?
I discovered the Adventist church. Well, honestly, my parents grew up Adventists.
Okay.
Right? They grew up Adventists. But when I got into the church, it was through friends. It was through other kids around the way, you know. And actually, in all actuality, I started going to church first by myself, and then because the church was right around the block from my house, so I'd be going to church by myself, and then I would start taking my younger sister to church, and we stayed in church for a long time. And it was just me and her for a while. And now, praise God, that my mom's is in the church, and she's back in the church. And she's back in the church for real, you know. But you know, it was to me, it was a learning process. I discovered the church not only because it was right around the block from my house, but the kids that were there, I would see them all the time when I was riding my bike around there, and I just became cool with a lot of them. And I was invited to church, and I just went.
Yeah. So you went to, of course, Pine Forge, then of course Oakwood College. Did you ever feel that
I went to Northeastern Academy.
Oh, Northeastern Academy. Okay. Yeah. So you already had the music in you by the time you reached those institutions. So at any point,
let me tell you, growing up, my father, my dad was a computer engineer
Okay.
during the day, but he was a DJ all
Ah,
my life. And when I talk about DJ, I'm talking about he had 2 turntables in the basement, speakers all over the place, and I'm talking about crates and crates and crates of records. We talking about at least 1,000 plus albums in the basement,
Yeah.
and he was buying albums like 10 albums a week, and this was back then, you know. So I would be down in the basement messing with the DJ equipment and, rapping over beats and stuff like that. And I had friends that would come over and we were just having fun.
right.
We were just
So-
having fun.
So everyone knows Oakwood College now, Oakwood University knows the rich history, the gospel history,
Right.
the music there. So when you reached that campus, knowing the music that was in you, did you ever kind of feel that you were like maybe out of place, or maybe there was not a place for you to maybe develop more as other musicians did while they was at Oakwood?
No, on the contrary, I felt like I was getting ready to bring something different to the campus.
Mhm.
Okay.
And because it was in my heart
Right.
to bring something different. I knew my first week at Oakwood, Connect 5, Nabi Bryant. I met a lot of people who could sing really, really good. In the back of my mind, I knew I couldn't sing. So I said, you know something? I'm about to change the game here. That's just how I felt. And it was funny because the first talent show that I auditioned for at Oakwood, I was told that we don't do rap music here.
Oh yeah. I remember them.
I remember that like it was yesterday. I was told we don't do rap music here. And I said, okay. I walked away from the audition and I went and the buses that would go past our tracks on Saturdays, on Sabbath, I used to go out with those buses. And one day they were having a festival in the projects.
Mhm.
And there was a DJ with a mic and some tapes and stuff like that. And I had a tape on me, and I gave the DJ the tape, and I said, "Could I jump on the mic, please? Right? Please?" And he said, "Sure, why not?" This was in Huntsville, Alabama.
Right.
I got up there. I did what I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
People looked in amazement, and I ended up on the 6 o'clock news that night
Oh, wow.
in Huntsville.
Nice.
So when my classmates saw that, they were like, wait a second. He goes to Oakwood.
Rapping.
That's how it all started. That's how it all started. And after that, you couldn't stop me. It was like a blaze of fire that just, I was just rapping all over the place. I mean, I even got a chance to perform in the church.
Nice.
Church.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So
Back
I
then,
mean,
that was crazy.
AYS. I was doing shows all over Huntsville. I got the opportunity through Oakwood to go to different states and different places. I got the opportunity to do the senior prom at Pine Forge Academy.
It's dope.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I did that with Kenny Green.
Oh, my brother. That is so funny.
Yeah, we drove up there because they called me. Pine Forge called me down at Oakwood and asked me to come up and do the junior senior prom. And my sister was a junior at Pine Forge. She didn't know I was going to be there. She didn't even know I was there. And when I came out, we had so much fun. It was crazy.
Wow. That's amazing.
It was crazy.
Well, let's do this. Let's check out the first video here, and then I'm just interested to try to know how you cross paths with Dino over here. So, I want to hear how that all came about. So let's go ahead. The first one that we're going to listen to is "I Want to Be Free." So, can you kind of set it up for us?
All right. When I say I want to be free, and you listen to exactly, if you listen to the words in that song, it touches race. It touches every race. I want to be free. I'm tired of living like I'm in a cage, like I'm being held back from everything that I have the potential of doing. And when you listen to it, you come back and tell me what you think. All right?
Sounds good.
Want to be free. The proverb.
Yes, sir. All right,
Single it out now.
Let's check it out.
With my past behind me and my future in view, it's never been more vivid, the emancipation I pursue. Things have never been clearer. My destiny I can see. I'll use my voice. I want to be free.
Wanna be free, yeah. People all over the world just wanna be free. Proverb. Let them know.
I'm looking over my shoulder, cause mercy is coming. Gotta thank God for making something out of nothing. Inevitably, he made the worst become the best of me. How it affected me, it's become my destiny. And at this stage, it's up in my rib cage gut. And now I gotta give it up before things change drastically. Knowing it had to be, it came naturally, actually, sort of impractically. Now my vision is mint, I see clear on cloud 9, watching all my troubles disappear, feel it in the air, and see it in the rear. Close my eyes and pray it never reappears. For Pete's sake, I beg you to please take the thoughts that I reshape and carry them around till your feet ache. Face life, walk with your vision on HD. I love me and wanna be free.
With my past behind me and a clear view in front of me, nothing is gonna stop me now. No way, no how. It's my choice to use my voice, to stand up and rejoice. Stand up because you matter the most. Say it with me, I wanna be free.
Now the time has come, either you gon' stand or run. Your choice has everything to do with what you become. Small or weak, normal or unique is irrelevant. Honesty, a bit of modesty, but intelligent. Clear your mind, maybe in due time you'll find it's as simple as a nursery rhyme. Come equipped, but don't trip. Evildoers are chuckling, laying in wait to see another brother struggling. Hate, fuel, intention, act with no question. Nevertheless, suppressed with no mention. Buckle up because the ride is a wicked one. Then knuckle up and be aware of the hit and run. Bitter ones wanna take you out in a heartbeat. I'm God's child, so it's better we not meet. Still flesh, know that I will flex. Put you in your place with grace, cause I'm still blessed. I wanna be free.
With my past behind me and a clear view in front of me, nothing is gonna stop me now. No way, no how.
I wanna be free.
It's my choice to use my voice, to stand up and rejoice. Stand up because you matter the most. Say it with me,
Blow.
I wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Because you matter the most. Say it with me, I wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Because you matter the most. Say it with me. I wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Wanna be free, wanna be free, yeah. Because you matter the most. Say it with me. I wanna be free, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah. I want to give a big shout to the acapellian Namdi Bryant for blessing that track with me. We've been boys now forever, and that's like a brother of mine. He's doing his own thing right now. He's on tour right now, as a matter of fact, with Naturally Seven. But I have to give him a shout because he, you know, me and him we've been through thick and thin together, and the way he put it down on that track was something really, really special.
So that song speaks to, from what I gathered, I guess from the hook, more so, it's freeing your mind, just not letting allow your past to hold you in the past, but to be free and to move forward.
But different people gonna take that differently because you have some people who have it all and they feel like they don't have anything.
Yeah.
You have some people who have it all and money is not everything. They too want to be free.
Right.
They want to be free from whatever their circumstances might be. So to me, that song speaks volumes to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you have people in the world all in different situations and they want to be free from whatever situation they're in. That song speaks to them.
Right.
Absolutely.
So you're absolutely correct with that. As far as being free and how things come in different ways in life. So you just have to know how to be appreciative of what you have and know where and how those things are gained in life and who's the giver of those things.
Exactly.
So I kind of alluded to this before. You're on the campus of Oakwood College back then, and how did you come to cross paths with Joe Goodwin?
Okay, that's easy. That question is very easy. I was into music. Joel is a music maestro. So we had to bump heads. And Joe is a music maestro of every genre you could possibly think of. So he wasn't just gospel.
Right.
Joe was everything, So in meeting him, I met somebody who was able to appreciate everything, not just one side of music. So, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, and I would say definitely. We just talked about Namdi. I know that he played a big part. We were all like just kind of hanging out for sure together,
Definitely.
and it was great for us all to be down there at the same time. And yes,
it was.
And Proverb is definitely correct. I definitely had and still do, of course, an appreciation for all kinds of styles of music. Really, all styles of music. For real, I don't think there's anything as far as genre wise that's off limits. And with that being said, I definitely had a huge, I guess, influence from hip hop, and I think especially while I was at on campus, I definitely was really interested in all the gospel rappers. So I think that Dino, being a gospel rapper, and between him and Fred Whitlow, who will be on the show soon, between those two, I would say that I learned a lot about, there were large artists that I listened to, some of the bigger artists, whatever, but I learned more about gospel rap on a local level and on a regional level, like in that area and otherwise. And I think that's just as important as the people that were on the main stage, especially for the future. So I mean, I almost want to talk about that for me. I want to segue into that, because as we know, like back in, I guess, the late '90s, early 2000s, there was a crew, there were a bunch of very, I guess, high profile gospel rappers. I'll name a few, like Remnant Militia, the Cross Movement, the whole Grape Tree Records roster. Remember Grape
I
Tree?
went to church. I went to church with the Cross Movement.
Oh wow, that's right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, so the Cross Movement, it's a Grape Tree. You had LA Symphony, like on the West Coast, and the Tunnel Rats. And you had like who was that? 1212 with with Reconcile and his people. So it was like quite a few, especially crews, and then of course every crew they had their people that were prominent. And I would say, like, out of all them people I named, all them and all the groups still represented, the one person out of that whole crew that's like really, really still doing it and doing it big today is Lecrae, who was, of course, with Cross Movement Records at back in the early 2000s or whatever.
Right.
So
Right.
that was just such an interesting time, and like I said, it was bigger, and I think that it's interesting that a lot of people like you, Dino, have kind of outlasted some of these other guys, as far as someone has been doing it consistently since that time. And
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you just help. I mean, you just triggered my mind, and it's something I say to myself all the time. Timing is everything.
yeah.
Nothing happens before it's time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be fruitful out of season. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be fruitful out of season.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be your season. And I feel honestly like my season is upon me.
Yeah.
Back then,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the weeds, I was in the trenches,
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to gain some traction.
Yeah.
Now, I think the time is right. The time is here, and I'm ready.
Yeah, I think that's dope. And I'm also gonna, of course, I just named a bunch of Christian rappers. I'm also gonna reference a couple of secular rappers because one thing that has always tripped me out is like the ageism, so to speak, in like hip hop. Everybody, you think about like a lot of the hottest hip hoppers out there. Only one I'll mention as far as younger hip hoppers is like somebody like maybe Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole or somebody. And even them, there's some guys that are younger than them that are really out right now doing their thing. But like a lot of the guys that are like over 40, have really been releasing albums a lot lately and really starting to, I mean, they're coming back. I think a lot of music that has come out maybe the last 5 years, especially, a lot of people call it mumble rap or whatever. But a lot of that music, like, it's cool. People be like, it's cool for parties or whatever. But when it comes to actually listening to music, a lot of people like bars. They like actual lyrics they can understand, punchlines and things where people can say, like he said this and that, like the word play and the things that you don't get a lot of listening to, say, an artist like Blueface or, just somebody that's kind of mindless. So I listen to, like, I don't want to name everybody, but I'll say I listened to a cut by like Method Man featuring KRS-One the other day. Actually, that was like maybe yesterday or something like that. And I was like, wow, like these guys, meth is like 50 something, like 51 or something like that. KRS is close to 60 at this point. And they're like, I mean, they sound like they're in their prime. And, you know, a lot of people in the music industry, like they would almost count somebody that old out. So I think you saying like, it's your time now. Like, it's crazy that it's almost a hunger in hip hop stuff, like for that stuff. And it's, like I said, those people were so mindless. Like people like Blueface. Like once people like that came out, it was like, okay, we got to have like some real MCing to come, to come back and
well,
just,
see, you know how long I've been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I've been hip hopping since 11 or 12. Mm-hmm. I'm 48 today, and I've never stopped, and I can't see myself stopping. Why? Because and now it's even stronger because what I'm talking about and what I'm giving you is passion.
Yeah.
It's passion, it's love, it's dedication.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not just writing garbage for you to listen to. I'm not just not just putting words together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just putting words together. This is my life. This is this is all my years of struggle, pain, happiness, joy. Everything rolls into one, and I just put it into music.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing it all my life. So, but like I said, timing is everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's time.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about hip hop and ministry. Of course, you touched a little bit earlier on the people at school saying we don't do that here or whatever. I kind of want to touch on both the pros and cons, like the opposition and the support that you've gotten over the years from. So it's almost like I can even speak for myself and just say that sometimes it feels like the church doesn't understand, but the world definitely doesn't understand. But
you're right.
But at the same time, those that are meant to get it, get it. So let's, I want to hear from you, like about your experiences with both of those, like with both the world and the church, and their response to your music.
Well, as far as the church goes, the opposition became supporters.
I love it.
The opposition became supporters after hearing what I was bringing to the table and actually, conversing or getting to know who I was and really seeing where my heart lied. The opposition became my supporters.
That's beautiful.
And as far as the world goes, I do what I do without fear.
Yeah.
I do what I do without fear, and I'm going in just like the next man. You can come to me and you want to battle, let's battle. I'm gonna throw love in your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when people talk about, oh, they're gonna go hard, and whatever. I go hard, but I just go hard with positivity.
Yeah, that's good.
I go hard in a positive sense. Why? Because as a rapper, you can only talk about what you live or what you've lived. And if you don't live that life, you can't talk about it. Right? So if I'm not out here shooting or smoking or doing whatever may have you, it'll be silly for me to go out there and talk about it. Because it's like, what are you doing? And I mean, there are some that do that just because they're chasing the paper, but I'm not chasing the paper.
Right.
I mean, I'm not, money is not even a part of what I'm doing, even though that's a blessing that's going to come anyway. That's not what I'm chasing. What I'm chasing is what's in here.
Yes, sir.
You know, you got a lot of people out here who feel like money is everything, and it's really not. It's really not.
Right.
The people who do have money will tell you in a heartbeat that if I could have real love and not love because I have money,
yeah,
I'd give away all my money in a heartbeat. You know, I don't think money makes you happy. I don't think fame makes you happy. I'm not interested in any of that. I'm interested in winning souls. I'm interested in bringing the people that are standing on the line and not too far back to cross the line, to cross over to the positive side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At 48 years old, I'm not 25 no more. I'm not chasing. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is bringing to you what I live, what my experiences in life are. I'm bringing love to the table, and as a matter of fact, that's what you're about to check out next.
You read my mind because you actually said something about people with money that would give that money away if they had true, genuine love. When you said that, my mind immediately went to the next song, "Where Is the Love?" So so that kind of ties into that. Yeah. So people, we're always saying, talking about love, having the true love, and of course we all know that in order to have that true, genuine love, you have to know God, because that's where love comes from. He's the originator of love. So
I'm gonna tell you, this song right here, this song right here is making a lot of waves. I'm receiving phone calls. I'm receiving a lot of phone calls. It has a lot of views, a whole bunch of shares, and
cool.
I don't even know how. It has more views than people that I know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what I'm getting hit by is people are saying, "Wow, this is taking me back to the 80s and the 90s, and it's clean." Listen, Where's the Love, featuring Will Bolden, another brother of mine that I've known for 35 plus years, love him to death. He's doing other things as well. Look out for him. But this is Where's the Love, featuring Will Bolden.
Cool. We are.
Yeah, where is the love? Oh, where is the love? Can somebody, where is the love? Can somebody tell me where?
It's about to go down and I'm grateful, bitter but yet tasteful. Still blessed and full, but still faithful. Set the table, I'm cooking up a feast. Lyrical whip, and I'm equipped from these streets. Dark souls are making my heart cold. Stuck in a foxhole, burning to the core like charcoal. This life is filled with hate, greed, material, trivial events that pipe like hot cereal. It's time to change course from here. The train of thought for like the day is off somewhere. It's crazy, a brother can't do nothing but care. Cause I've been there, and in there was nothing but fear. I sit back and think back on days of old. Try to make sense and take steps to reach my goal. I'm lost and in no course field exposed of. Now where's the love?
I know that love is not mine.
Where's the love?
It's not promised for you. So keep your head up, don't you give up. I will see.
Yo, I'm taking note from all my predecessors, biology and English professors. Real love is no pressure. It's a vital part of life and a whole, the main ingredient that separates your body and soul. I reminisce about the things I was told. Society has got me in a wrestling hole. I grapple with my emotion, fumble with my devotion. Try to move ahead but stumble in my promotion. I still thank God that I'm alive. Continue to strive and thrive till life's in overdrive. Positivity is gonna be an imposter. No weapon formed against me is gonna prosper. Lose myself, then I find my conscience and realize the negativity breeds nonsense concepts abundantly. Suddenly, I'm looking for a God-big love to comfort me.
Seeking you will find. Seeking you will find. Love is not blind. Love is not blind. Love is not blind.
Where's the love?
Tomorrow is not promised for you. So keep your head up, don't you give up. I will see.
Hey, yo, beat this, I've shown to beat this. Thus I'ma treat this like a newborn until I complete this. Man's appear like if thoughts for you to live by. Tunnel vision, I'm trying to view it through his eyes. On a sparrow, I'm a man so I think shallow. Instead of viewing the big pic, I think narrow. And now I'm getting real with you, son. If you a hater, that behavior was taught from young. Tit for tat, flip the track and stay woke. A sinner with the purpose and I ain't no joke. And what I'm giving you is simply from the things that I'm living through. Putting my words in proverbs for you to listen to. Basic suggestion, points it, don't erase it. And if it's in your face, then face it. Hold on, the loving is so strong, feels like it's so born. Where's the love? It's been so long.
Seeking you will find. Let's say seeking you will find. Love is not blind. I know that's not blind. Tomorrow is not promised for you. Tomorrow is not promised. So keep your head up, don't you give up. I will see. Seeking you will find. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna find love. Love is not blind. I don't wanna be blind. Tomorrow is not promised for you. So keep your head up, don't you give up. I will see.
Come on, just bounce with me. Come on and bounce with me. Throw your hands in the air, just bounce with me. Spread love with me. Spread love with me. Everybody in the building, spread love with me. Just bounce with me. Come on and bounce with me. Throw your hands in the air, just bounce with me. Spread love with me. Spread love with me. Everybody in the building, spread love with me. Just bounce with me. Come on and bounce with me. Throw your hands in the air, just bounce with me. Spread love with me. Spread love with me. Everybody in the building, spread love with me. Just bounce with me. Come on and bounce with me. Throw your hands in the air, just bounce with that. With love, the proverb. Yeah, peace.
This brother got videos. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So could you just kind of briefly go through your process? How does the song come to you? You hear the music? How you go through?
I write off of experience. I write off of emotion. I write off of what I'm feeling, and if I'm happy, I'll write something happy. If something is going on in my life that I need to express, 9 times out of 10, when something happens, I'm going to write about it. And once I write about it, I'll put it to it. I normally have a beat in my head already when I'm writing, and I just add it to it, or I get somebody to make me a beat, and that's all she wrote.
For sure.
I write off of emotion. I write off of whatever I'm feeling inside. If I'm feeling happy, it'll come out in my music. If I'm feeling sad, it'll come out in my music. If I'm feeling like I need to relay a message, or if I feel like I need to help somebody learn something, or it'll come out in my music, and that's how it's been most of my life. But I'm definitely emotional writer, and I don't write every day now. I mean, 20 years ago, I used to be writing rhymes every day. Now it's more like if something happens in my life, I'll sit down and put it on paper, sort of like a journal. I'll sit down and put it on paper, but in hip hop form. Almost everything that has happened to me in his life, whether good or bad, I write it.
So roughly how many
songs
written at
this point? Wow. Wait up. Okay, that question is vague.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Do you mean how much material do I have written, or how many songs do I have recorded?
Written from age 11. I know it'd be a estimate.
How many songs?
Right, that you actually.
I can't. There's no way in the world I can.
So is that many?
Yeah, I can't. Gotcha. I have about 80 recorded.
Okay.
But song wise and just lyrics, oh man, that never ends. That's like the never ending story. I mean, because I'm telling you, I write about everything, good, bad, or indifferent. Every phase of my life that I've been through, and it's a lot of phases. And they haven't all been good either.
Oh yeah.
They haven't all been. But see, I'm not trying to hide that from nobody. It's like you're gonna hear it. You're gonna hear it in my music, because that's how I speak to people.
Right.
That's how things come out of me. And like I always say, and hear me carefully. Like I always say, and hear me carefully. Hear me very carefully. If I was blessed in my root, then I'm going to be blessed in my fruit. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
If I was blessed in my root, then I'm going to be blessed in my fruit. You can't curse what God has blessed, no matter how hard you try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like even though I've been through a lot, good, bad, and indifferent, I'm still a child of God. And I still have that blessing on me from the root.
Absolutely. So
You know,
you have a song called
Plastic Smile.
So
I'll let you tell me. I'll let you tell me what that's about.
Well, I've been thinking about it ever since I saw the title with Plastic Smile.
Plastic Smile.
So of course, my mind is plastic being fake. So not being able to sincere smile based on what's going on in your life. That's what I just thought about. But I was all the title of that song. Okay, this is pretty intriguing. What's this all about?
It's about plastic smiles. It's about people. It's about people who are going through. You know, a smile can hide a lot of things.
Right.
A smile can hide a whole lot of things. Somebody might be hurting to the core, but when they smile, you don't know. You can't tell what anybody's going through. You know, that's what a plastic smile is. A plastic smile is people will put on a smile just to cover up what they're really feeling on the inside. You know, and sometimes, not sometimes, but all the time, that doesn't do anything for you. As a matter of fact, it brings you down. You know, showing your emotions is not a bad thing. We as people have grown to believe that you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to show anybody what you're feeling. I disagree with that. I disagree with it because, you know, by showing who you really are and what you really feel on the inside, you're just you're offering the world yourself.
Right,
your authenticity. You're being authentic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what this world is missing right now. Everybody want to be a gangster. What you want to be a gangster for? Everybody's hard.
Right.
You was 10 years old at one point. Your grandma took you to church at one point.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you listen. Plastic smile.
I'm gonna check it out.
This is also featuring Namdi Bryant.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out. That's what's up.
Plastic smile. Plastic smile. Plastic smile.
Yeah, I'm in danger, feeling like a virtual stranger, separated from light, put away in a manger. My eyes deceive me, good thoughts lead me, blinded in sin, but I know the good Lord sees me. I try walking with my head up, Lord knows I'm fed up. I steadily fall, but still get up, picking up the pieces, cars that fell. I stumble, fumble around and raise hell. My heart cries, even in the midst of my dark eyes. I see things in front of my light going clockwise. It might be petty, but I'm ready to react. In fact, I'm even ready for a counterattack. With that, I clap back for all my people in the struggle. I know it hurts, and it diverts the whole puzzle. I feel you. I even try to appeal to, but can't, cause down deep, all you know is the real you. Inside it burns, but others will never know it. Too much pride, and so we try to be heroic. A dark poet, my expression is bright, and I took flight. Still I was able to see the light. Give me a minute, let me speak this boldly. I spit bars in my life, Christ can hold me. Yeah, this how we think with a classic style. Don't wanna walk around in life with a plastic smile.
Your clothes gone and your engine dial. The skies are yours, gonna be a while. Nice to do you in the favor. It's nothing more than a plastic smile.
Yeah, I feel the earth shaking, and my iniquities keep the ground breaking. I'm told that it's impossible escaping, but I'm a child of God, so I'm embracing. In fact, anything's possible, son. With these, I breathe like I'm in a tropical sun. But wait, the hate that's become a part of my culture. Hate helped tear down the infrastructure. It's sad that I gotta be this way. I'm so glad that I got to see this day. Without doubt, I'm trying to live a life that's wholesome. Drop some seed, matter of fact, I believe to sow some. I try to live a happy life when I'm hurt, but I'm going berserk even though I'm putting in work. And as time goes by, I make it worth my while to be real and never occupy a plastic smile.
Who's gone and you're in denial? You said that you was not there a while. Let's just get you in the game. Step before the master smile.
My heart beats for peace as I release the beast and feast to increase the masterpiece I speak. Come hither so I can reconsider and figure the way I'm gonna make you think a little bigger. Break through the place I wanna take you is near. Remain true to self so the picture is clear. My flow's in third gear, about to overheat with words of aid. Don't be afraid to overeat. Picking up the pressure, putting pepper on my bird. Salt on each letter, hot sauce on my robe. It's evident I'ma set the precedent, sorta like an experiment. Fuck it all around, but elegant. If I could say one thing to keep from struggling, assert yourself and stop hustling. Move and let me see how you feel. Alleviate the plastic and give me a smile that's real.
Who's gone and you're in denial? You said that you was not there a while. Let's just get you in the game. Step before the master smile.
Show me a smile that's real. Something that I can feel. Something soulful that will last a while. Nevermore a plastic smile.
That was different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think the good thing about it is when I'm hearing different tracks from you, even with the genre that you have, in what you're doing.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's different. It's different. It's not your yes, Jesus loves me. You know what I'm saying? It's music you really gotta pay attention to.
Yeah.
You know, there's proverbs in there in between the song that you can pick up on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could give a name to the genre, how
it came to my genre,
right, to your style of music, the style that you're producing, what would it be?
hip hop. Hip hop. I mean, I always, I never wanted to be labeled,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why is because, let's take Snoop Dogg for instance. He's a legend,
Mm-hmm.
right? Mm-hmm. Let's take Snoop. You don't label his music is not labeled. You don't label Eminem as that. What they do is hip hop, correct? So I think that what I'm doing is hip hop. Now you can take it and you can decipher it and you can break it down however you want to break it down.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm spitting is so factual, and it's basically my life journey. That's what hip hop is. Hip hop is your story.
Right.
What you're hearing is my story. So, I mean, I know people are gonna label it, but I don't label myself. I don't label myself. I think that it's hip hop, with some truth. You know what I'm saying? With some truth behind it, and you just take it how you want to take it. You know, that's the way I see it.
Good deal. Good deal. So there's another track that you showed us tonight. I think it's the last one.
Okay, now let me tell you. Let me set this one up for you.
Okay.
Okay. My dad passed last year, right? My dad passed last year, and it was a heartbreaker. Well, you know, any parent that dies, it's a heartbreaker. But with me, it was just different. It was different. It was just different. My dad was, you know, some people grow out of calling daddy, but he was daddy to me at 48 years of age. 47, daddy, what you doing? Daddy, you okay? Call me, daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he's the man that put music into my system. You know, he's the man that the vocabulary that comes out of my mouth comes from him, because his dad was an English teacher, and he was his English was impeccable, right? His vocabulary, the words he would use was crazy. And you if you asked him to pen you a letter, when you looked at that letter, you'd be like, huh? Who wrote this? So I think that a lot of my vocabulary, a lot of my writing skills comes from him, you know, and the music, like I told you, he was a DJ.
Yeah.
He, in me, I have soca, soca meaning calypso, reggae, hip hop, bachata, merengue, salsa, because I am Spanish. So I mean, I have a mix of everything you can possibly think of. You know what I'm saying? I have songs when I'm rapping in Spanish, and it's like, huh? You know, but this song right here, Lights Repair, when he passed, it hurt me to the core, you know, and that's when I said to myself that I'm gonna make this whole music thing a reality.
Nice.
I'm not gonna let him pass in vain. I'm gonna keep moving, and I'm gonna keep his legacy going. And I'm gonna watch the light reappear. Basically, you know, this song is also with Namdi Bryant. God.
I know. Go back.
Yeah. I think he's on like 4 cuts on my album. Namdi is my boy. He's my favorite. You know, he's my boy. He's my buddy. But yeah, he's touring right now because he wanted to be on here with me. He said he couldn't because he was getting on stage at 8:00 and we started at 8:00. So you know, so he couldn't make it. But I'm pretty sure in spirit he's right here. But this is like the proverb featuring the acapella, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
All right, here we go.
All right?
Yep.
to get these lyrics out of my spirit. Make it vivid so you can see exactly what I'm spitting. Time to reload, spit balls and decode. Keep it in the family, son, you know the G code. Stand back, I explode on impact. And in fact, I'm keeping my anxiety intact. Too hot to touch, too cold to hold on to. New melody and notability is what I'm formed to. Insight that just might help ignite new light, so you might, in spite of what you feel, try and unite. I'm on a mission to spread love, giving the best of instead of longing to be ahead of. Move with silence, speak out loud. Like an educator, I came to teach the crowd. I'm bad with this, notwithstanding this, as I examine this. Sorta like a psychoanalysis. I feel pressure like an air compressor. Bask in pleasure, but I love bringing people together. Spread love. The reason you care. Close your eyes and let the light reappear.
I'm living this life like it ordinary. No more running away from what was promised to me. Gotta get back to better than that. I'm running back, let the light reappear. I'm bold, I'm brave and beautiful. Ordinary was for the days ago. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back.
Yo, I'm coming out. Yo, it's time now. You ask me why now? I'm fed up, so I'ma take the mic and define how bad went to worse and worse went to ordinary. It was written already and now it's cautionary. Everybody wanna party and have fun. Dumb, we need to reunite and become one. United we stand, divided we fall. Extending my hand, taking a stand to reach all. Books a million, like you can't read. You might win today and next week can seem like a circle that goes round. You're seeing it throw round as well. Before time settle, go around. Can't live forever, can't change the weather. Your only possibility is making life better. Innovator, initiator, or pioneer. Slowly,
I'm living this life like it ordinary. No more running away from what was promised to me. Gotta get back to better than that. I'm running back, let the light reappear. I'm bold, I'm brave and beautiful. Ordinary was for the days ago. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light.
Go back to butter. I spit flames on this track. Get back. Stumbling was merely a setback. Clouds are great, but I'm on the way to make it brighter. Open the window so I can bring it like a firefighter. I'm on a lyrical warpath, taking a broad path. Forever I was taking the wrong path. If not for light and a pinch of fake, my emotional state wouldn't have an interface. It's cool, I stand tall, tempt and I pass all. Light within me glows so I can't fall. I'm on the verge of victory, saying goodbye to the old me and cheers to history. I can feel it in my spirit tonight. With minimal hype, you hear me, I'm bringing the light. Negativity contributes to making my eyes clear. I'm in it until the light is here.
I'm living this life like an ordinary. No more running away from what was promised to me. Gotta get back to better than that. I'm running back, let the light reappear. I'm bold, I'm brave and beautiful. Ordinary was for the days ago. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light. Never go back, better than that. I'm running back into the light.
And that was Light Reappear with the proverb.
For sure. There he is.
Light Reappear.
Mm-hmm.
So you have actual videos. I'm still trying to wrap my mind because a lot of times, we have different MP videos that come on, artists that come on, but you can actually see the production here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just let's take a camcorder or a phone and try to put something together. This is an actual production that's put together. So
right,
you can tell there's some thought into it. You can tell that you brought the people together for that. So
and I also want to give a big shout out to Kenny Green for filming that video.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, shout out to my brother-in-law and my sister.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Green family for shooting that video. It was really a blessing. I mean, and the way he put it together, it was really hot.
Mm-hmm.
It was really hot.
So you do have a team.
My sister bought the production company a couple of years ago. guess it's inspired by the pandemic. So yeah, they've been doing their thing. I think that one thing that stands out. I mean, Thomas, you already kind of touched on it, but and there's nothing wrong with like obviously there's nothing wrong with any of the videos that we've seen. We've seen like obviously like some beautiful scenery and stuff, but a lot of times, we have videos. They don't show any. They don't like show a plot or anything like that, or situations. And I think even the urban setting, of course, is maybe a little different than what we see. And
I'm gonna go back to what you said just now, Thomas. I know I do have a team. Oh man, yeah. Okay. I have a team. And my team we've stuck together close to 35 years. Will Bolden, Namdi Bryant, Daniel West, John Jordan. There's a lot of people that I've come back with. We become family. We become closer than family.
Yeah.
I get to these brothers twice a day for the past 30 years. And I also have. Well, let me put it into a nutshell. Now that you've seen the videos and the songs, I have an album. I don't have a release date for it yet, but I have an album coming out. It'll be this year. I can guarantee you that. The name of the album is called The Recipe. It's 12 tracks that will definitely make you want to press the reset button on your life. All right. And the way that all of it is formulated, and it includes the intro and the outro. And that in itself, just the thought that was put into that is ridiculous. Give that away right now. But when the album comes out, I really feel it's going to cause it's going to stir up the pot. It's going to stir up the pot because of what I'm talking about. It's going to stir up the pot because of controversy. I'm saying what a lot of people don't want to say or are scared to say, but I'm doing it in such a way where it's melodic. It's pretty. It's beautiful. So like I said, the recipe by the proverb. Hopefully, it's coming to you real soon. It's done. It's in the mastering right now. There are special features on the album. Some will blow your mind because, I've been blessed in the opportunity to deal with some people in the industry. And my Oakwood fam, I can't leave because they my life and one of my sisters is on here from Oakwood too, but I'm gonna keep that quiet as well.
Yeah, I know who it is. And you know how excited I was.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that name quiet. But I really can't wait for you guys to hear my story and hear everything that I'm working for the past 48 years, because this is my very first album. It's crazy.
So, in closing, what would you share with maybe someone who is will follow your footsteps? Someone that's up and coming. What advice would you share with them, or to kind of guide them to the best level of success that God would have for them?
Don't stop. Don't stop. Things. I mean, a lot of things might a lot of obstacles might be thrown your way and might hinder you from doing this, that, and the third, but don't stop. Don't stop. If it's your passion and it's in your heart and it's something you love to do, you're not gonna stop.
Right.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm not chasing anything but the passion. I love writing music. I love writing rhymes. I've been doing this since I was a kid.
Mhm.
Now, the only difference is I'm getting to bring it to the forefront and letting everybody else hear what I'm doing. But the passion is what drives me. And if there's anybody out there who has a serious passion for this and not because of money or fame, continue doing what you're doing and everything else is going to come, it's going to come together, you know? Yeah, that's it. That's all I can tell you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it out of love, not out of anything else. Keep doing what you're doing out of love, and everything else is going to come into play.
That's awesome. So that's one thing I want to touch on real quick. So have you been doing live shows like since the pandemic is over? And also, let's talk about your content.
Have I been doing what you say?
Live shows.
Yeah, I was in Huntsville about 2 weeks ago. I came down there and did a live show down there at Robin's Garden Winery, and we had some fun.
Okay.
I'm back up in New York now, and I've already been asked to come do a couple of shows in Harlem, and I mean, hey, I'm just not stopping. I'm not stopping. This is it. Forget my dream. It's my passion.
Mm-hmm.
It's my passion. It's beyond a dream. You know what I'm saying? This is a passion. This is something that's been stuck in me for as long as I can remember. And I'm going to continue doing it until I take my last breath.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I really enjoy listening to your part of the story and doing this for sure tonight. And yeah.
Thanks.
Let's hope you just continue. That's the thing. You've already said it. So it just goes to show that when someone is facing you, when God has placed a seed in you, you have to see it grow and continue to grow. As long as you have the ability to do so, you should keep that drive going to push yourself.
Oh yeah, of course. Listen, I love you guys. A.M.N. Much love.
Absolutely.
Love everybody out there. The proverb, the recipe is coming real soon. And I hope you guys go and enjoy.
Enjoy it. Thanks again for coming out and spending the time with us tonight, brother.
Peace.
All right, take care.
Yes,
that's interesting, Bill. Very interesting.
Yeah, conversation. It's like I love. I think that one thing that having we did this campaign last week for Raise a Light, and I think that one of the things that will be cool about, I mean, and it's been cool even about this platform is just showing how diverse or the diversity of talents within the Adventist Church and affiliates.
Right.
It's not just one thing, and even if it ever was one thing, it definitely isn't now. So,
well, the thing is, God doesn't just do one thing.
Right.
So he never runs out of things to give, not blessings or gifts. So if you think you know it, then he can come up with something else.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have a wonderful treasure to pull from. So we're looking forward to having some other artists coming up in the future shows here to share their artistry with our audience. And of course, maybe the whole idea is also to make sure to push artists that maybe many of us have not heard of or may not have the opportunity to hear of, to bring light to them as well. So looking forward to what the future will hold with this. as you mentioned, along with the Rays of Light TV station. So we're excited about where we are. We're excited about where God has brought us, and we're even more excited about what the future will hold for A.M.N now at Business Musician Network International. We do want to make sure that we are inclusive of the international audience as well, and bring that music to this platform and beyond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, any closing words for you tonight?
You know what? I think the biggest thing is this is an interesting closing word. Stay cool. I can be I can mean that both physically and mentally and spiritually. It's interesting. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of obviously it's very hot outside for many people. Obviously on the other side of the world it may be a little cooler, but there's also a lot going on in the world too.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's like everything from things that's happening in courts to a lot of violence for whatever reason. So just there's just so much. Stay cool, and then also obviously pray. Like pray for your communities, pray for your cities, pray for churches. Had a very interesting conversation with the like some of the I guess adults from the Adventist church that I grew up in, and that I play for now, and we just talked about things like reaching out to people that have not been coming to church, that are in that I would say that 25 to 50-ish age group. Mm-hmm. Just thinking of solutions and thinking of how to move forward with that. And I'm sure that we might talk about that some also when Pastor Tate comes on, which should be in the next couple of weeks. Because he was the person that was like helping to facilitate the conversation along with my wife. And so it was very interesting. So yeah, when I say stay cool, like I said, just there's so much going on. But even in whatever storm we're going through or whatever, like however we feel about things or whatever, with the assurance that Jesus is with us, God says, "Lo, I'll be with you always, even to the end of the earth." Just know that God is with you, and just know that like whatever you're going through, whatever you may face, He's right there. So call on Him. He's accessible. That's the beautiful thing about what He's done on the cross. He's made it so that we don't have to like sacrifice stuff in order to get His attention or whatever else. We have access to Him just through prayer and through the Holy Spirit. So yeah, take advantage of that in a good way.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds like a good closing word to me. So, so on this time, brother, we'll say take care. Everyone stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Continue to pray for each other. Continue to pray for Adventist Musician Network International, that we will continue to be able to come and bring programs on this platform and others as well. So be on the lookout. We will definitely have more programming and more good news to come in the future. So until next time, everyone, you take care and be good.
All right, blessings to you.